Hello, everybody. Welcome to LDM Radio Sports Talk. My name is Alfonso Caldero, and joining me this week is Dennis Herrera.
Hey, what's up?
And Wesley Segundo.
What's up, Whippa?
This is the sports show that talks about current events and other topics that relate to sports fans. So we will run down quickly the pandemic update. Right now we have the MLS is underway in full swing. They from July 25th to July 28th is when the round of 16 knockouts starts. And two teams have dropped out, which we touched on last week, Dallas and Nashville, but there's still the 24 teams battling it out. And there have been no new cases since last week, so it seems like their containment plan is working out pretty well for them.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
Okay! Major League Baseball, the training camps are underway. Exhibition games start on Saturday.
Can't fucking wait. Finding some real sports.
Finally.
July 23rd, 1 week from today, is when the new opening day is. July 24th is when everybody else starts. And just real quick, it seems like the biggest name was Aroldis Chapman that went down with a positive test. This is after arriving to camp and playing for a couple of days, and then he tested positive. So what do you guys think about the future? How's it going to work out?
As far as COVID is concerned, I think that a lot of teams are going to start realizing, you know what, we got to make money, and money is what makes the world go round. You know, all these owners and these players, they're not suffering yet because they're all multimillionaires. But trust me, when that well starts to dry up, you're going to start realizing that these guys will put on a hazmat suit if they have to.
I'm not even going to sweat it. No pun intended.
All right, so the NBA training camps are underway. We are 2 weeks from today. The season will be resuming. August 17th will be the start of the 16-team playoff. And this is happening at ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex, which is also where the MLS is.
Oh, they're doing it in the same facilities?
Yeah.
There goes that bubble.
I hear they're not happy with the food that's going down there.
Hey, I mean, that is one rocking place, man. I got to go there one day. The NHL training camps are underway. 10 days until the teams travel to the hub cities. The Eastern Conference will be in Toronto, and the Western Conference will be in Edmonton. August 1st is when everything starts. And for this week, we have 9 Pittsburgh Penguins that were held under precautionary reasons to quarantine. None of them are officially
positive?
Yeah, but they're just doing it as a precaution.
Person under vision or something.
But hey, I mean, if the MLS has it going on, then it has a good chance of working.
Rolling this together.
August 1st is going to be a big day in sports because we have 5 NBA games, 5 NHL games, 15 MLB games, and 2 playoff games for the MLS.
That's actually pretty funny. I'm almost positive that day I'm going to have a Knicks shirt on, a Rangers hat, and my Mets underwear. I'm not going to have anything MLS because really who gives a shit about soccer? Let's be real. Like we waited for baseball and hockey and real sports. You know, soccer can wait.
I mean, it's going to come to the point where people are just going to have to start tattooing their favorite teams in their arms or in their chest and just be like Superman, super fan, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah! All right. So, quick NFL news. Myles Garrett, the one, if you remember, that walloped Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph on Monday Night Football, received a 5-year extension for $100 million guaranteed and $125 million total.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's actually starting next season suspended.
So did he get that contract for that one hit?
Seriously, what's his resume? I don't remember.
He's a first-round draft pick, first overall, and he's pretty good aside from that one incident. But
that caused him to be
mollywopped Wilson Rudolph.
Always seems to have like that one bonehead play that happened. He actually he hit Sam. He punched Sam Darnold in the junk when one of the games. Yeah, so that's why a lot of Jets fans don't like him.
Toma.
And Derrick Henry, the one who the running back for the Tennessee Titans, who was just ripping through the playoffs last year. 4 years, $50 million, and half of it is guaranteed.
Nice.
All right, so we're gonna get into our discussion topics now. So thoughts on players opting out for the summer. Right now, there's 6 NHL players that have opted out. 10 players from the NBA. The MLB has 11 players, with the Braves and the Nationals having multiple players. And MLS has 10 players plus the 2 teams that had to bow out.
You know, I don't want to be a selfish prick and say, hey, these guys should, at all costs go out and play sports for my personal entertainment. But that's kind of where we're at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, if a nurse could go into a COVID unit and wipe an ass, I'm pretty sure that you can catch a football. You know what I mean? Or hit a home run. Like, you know what I mean? And another thing is, like, we waited this long. Give us something. You know what I mean? This is Major League Baseball's time to shine and get back America as their favorite pastime. Right now is their best opportunity they've ever had.
I mean, my opinion is like 50-50 on this one. I mean, I do agree with Dennis that if a doctor could go in there and just wipe somebody's where the sun don't shine and get sick, but then again, that's their profession, so they got to deal with that. But I can also understand the athlete's concern about catching this virus. I mean, it's not a joke, not something to take lightly, but it's not something to live in fear.
I think the one of the important aspects of this is there was actually I've been reading some of the comment boards from Facebook and different things that nature, and what people are saying is exactly what you guys are saying, where like essential workers are going in every day. One guy was like, oh, that he takes care of his 90-year-old mother and he goes into work every day, and right. He's doing it, so like why can't everybody else do it?
And let's be real, these guys are living in freaking mansions. They're not in a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I mean? They're not out here in the tight 2-bedroom apartment 5 deep. These guys live on multiple acres of land and mansion and pools, and I don't feel too bad for them. These guys are getting paid millions, even if it's just prorated. $25 million prorated, you're still making $7-8 million to play baseball. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there wasn't a single doctor in America that made $8 million to treat COVID patients.
Absolutely, I think it's a very real perspective to have people want them to play just because everybody else is sacrificing, so why can't they sacrifice too? And for the most part they are, because the all sports are losing money on these deals, but they're doing it for the fans. They're doing it for North America and really the world.
But let me just ask this question: what if people are actually using this? Well, if the essential workers can go out there to do it, then these guys can go out there and play because they get paid so much money, as a BS excuse for their own selfish reasons.
It's one of those things that are the same. It's different for everybody. Everybody's perspective. I just think there's no wrong answer to it, but I think that they're doing the right thing by at least attempting to try to get this done.
Yeah, COVID's affected everybody differently. Every family's been either super affected or not really affected. It's very difficult to gain perspective on that. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to view it differently. So it's really up to the players. It's like, hey, do you, at a high-paid elite athlete of the world, probably have really great immune system, feel comfortable, more than a nurse, would. So,
I mean, but then again, if these fight sports could do it, which they have like super close contact with a lot of body fluids, blood, sweat, tears, spit.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys could do it too. But then again,
that's the biggest argument for football right now, because football, you have 11 guys basically colliding into each other on every play. It's going to be tough to manage that.
Social distance.
Yeah, and then their plan is to travel just like baseball is. I think baseball and football are the highest risk because they're continuously traveling to everywhere else. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. All right, so next topic is, which New York team will be the next one to win a championship.
The Knicks, the New York fucking Knicks. You know why? Because I fucking said so. That's why.
All right.
Nah,
So-
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, the New York effing.
All right.
FCC kicked in.
Yeah.
You know, you're only allowed 5 F words. The Yankees will
let's
do
start.
it. The
So,
Yankees will do it.
last New York champion was the 2011 New York Giants.
Yeah. So to answer your question honestly and realistically, most likely, realistically,
last team.
with a very healthy team, the Brooklyn Nets are honestly more likely to win than any other team. Everybody real quick to say the Yankees, but let's be real. The Yankees haven't won a championship in 11 years, and they've had pretty much the best roster in MLB since then. Every year. So they have too many variables. You got injuries, you got prima donnas, you got post Madonnas, you got whatever.
But not for nothing, if you really look at no bias over there, if you really look at how these teams are set up, not just by big free agents, but by their farm systems. I mean, let's look at last year. Even though the Yankees didn't win jack anything, they still did a lot with an injured lineup, and you had these kids that a lot of fans don't, honestly speaking, they don't know because they don't bother to deal with looking at who's in the farm system and stuff. So you just got to look at it this way. So if they're doing what they did last year, right? Let's talk about 2019. We had Judge, Stanton, Sanchez, Severino, like pretty much everybody down. Then you got these kids that, they're really fighting for a job right over here, and they just decide, I'm going to start tearing stuff up, and they do that, and they get pretty far in the ALCS, despite, the Houston cheat throws.
There's no denying the Yankees got the Yankees are really good at trickle down economics. They go and they spend this big money on these big free agents. Then they trade those free agents to lesser markets because the market needs a big name, and then that big market sells the house for that for the couple of years that they'll have that free agent for.
The farm system, man.
Yeah,
they're going to that route. I mean, what does the Nets have like in their farm system?
Oh, well, the Nets are a basketball team. They have a G League. There's no farm system.
A G League.
There's no farm system in basketball.
I think
But I'm just saying, like, they got Durant, they got Kyrie, they got players that they can build around and build a championship.
Yeah, but health though. I mean,
health is a big factor. There's a lot of questions.
You got to look at
mental health, Durant's physical health.
I mean, you got to look at secondary options too. You can't always depend on the superstar. That's why I always say, like, what do their farm system look like? What do their backups look like?
Oh yeah, that's true, man. And but I'm just saying, in a basketball sense, you have like these three real big super teams. You know what I mean? And everybody else pretty much competes for like a Cinderella story. I'm just saying that the Nets would probably be easiest set up to become a fourth super team opposed to, like, let's say the Knicks, because we have nothing.
Yeah, the Knicks are far away. As much as
we're
it hurts my
far
heart,
away.
they are
we're
far away.
depressed.
Let's touch on football. I mean, the Giants aren't the powerhouse they used to be for a very long time, and the New York Jets are the New York Jets. So they haven't really been anything in a very long time.
They're
underachieving
Jets. As usual.
Yeah. I always thought that the Jets would be in a decent position after next season, but I don't think after this, depending on how the Jamal Adams situation goes, I don't know. That's going to be a very big question mark for them.
I mean, you also got to tell like Sam Darnold to like watch his mouth and not catch anything.
Yeah.
Especially interceptions too.
Well, and then let's touch on hockey. We have the Rangers and the Islanders. I always believed that the Rangers would have that they would be the next one to win a championship. They were close in 2014, making it to the Stanley Cup Finals, and they've had competitive teams. Right now, they are on the upswing. I think after next season, they have a bunch of money coming up, so they'll be able to be big players in that if the Yankees don't win it sooner. Then we have the Islanders, who are built on defense and goaltending. They're still in the process of becoming an elite squad as well, but with their front office right now having Stanley Cup winning Barry Trotz as a coach and then Lou Lamoriello as a general manager who used to be with the Devils. So their hierarchy is set up for success. So you got to watch out for them as well. So anybody else want to touch on anybody else?
I mean, now you got like two young goaltenders who did play against each other in Russia, played each other in the KHL finals. The KHL, if you don't know, it stands for the Continental Hockey League, which is the second powerhouse behind the NHL, which a lot of NHL fans, to be honest, they really disregard the KHL or any European leagues, and that's a big problem because they think that the NHL is like the far superior league. No, it's not, to be honest. So, that being said, you got Ilya Sorokin, who is coming in for the New York Islanders, and you got Igor Shesterkin. Not Shesterkin, Shesterkin. That's how you really say his name, and that's how it's really spelled.
Outrageously surprised that you can pronounce that so well. Are you Ukrainian?
I don't pronounce name well.
Jeez, he brought out the inner Ukraine.
Yeah.
You break, I die, I kill you.
New York goaltending for the next decade is going to be controlled by two stud Russian goaltenders.
Awesome.
If you want my honest take, real quick take, for me, Igor Shesterkin reminds me both of a Carey Price and some of a Dominic Hasek, while Ilya Sorokin reminds me of a prime John Van Beesbrook.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to disagree with you on the Shesterkin because
Watch his play.
I think his biggest asset is his positioning. It always seems like he's in positioning. Like Dominic Hasek was just throwing his body everywhere to try to make saves.
I'm gonna tell you why I say Dominic Hasek,
right.
because of his athleticism, the way he's able to sprawl out on these angles, and the reason why I say Carey Price is because of his composure.
Yeah, I have to agree on the composure. So we will move on to the next topic. The biggest debate between New York baseball fans is Citi Field or Yankee Stadium. Which is the better stadium? All right, so we'll start with Wesley.
So, yes, Citi Field is a nice looking stadium and all, but it's really a carbon copy of Ebbets Field. It really has no originality to it. Like, you go inside, you have, like, at the beginning, the tribute to Jackie Robinson, and then after that, and then you go inside the museum, there's more Dodgers tribute more than anything. If you really look at the Mets and what they really stand for and how they're created, the orange was for the New York baseball Giants, the blue was for the Brooklyn Dodgers, the pinstripes was for the Yankees, and it's supposed to be like the all-complete New York team. With that being said, you look at their museum, there's not much like Mets history to it, and maybe 2 rings, and that's about it.
Well, the Mets as an organization is probably like only 40, 50 years old. I mean, they don't have the rich, deep history that the Yankees. They weren't playing in a league that had 6 teams.
1962.
Yeah, 62. Thanks. Thanks for that. So we're about to celebrate our 60th year, 58 years as an organization.
Life alert.
No, but people always say, hey, it's a replica of Ebbets Field, but like Yankee Stadium, how original is 100,000 cubic feet of concrete? Because that's essentially what Yankee Stadium is, a big concrete museum with a baseball field in it.
It's a museum with Yankee history to it, you know what I mean? Like, basically what they did, what they've accomplished. That's what you would want to see, you know what I mean?
So, as a fan of a current baseball team, I'm not going there to see the same history over and over and over again. You're going there to experience new things that happen within the game, within the life experience of other things. All right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what every Met fan already knows. Yeah. You go to Citi Field to get effing wasted, have a great time. You know, win or loss. We've accepted it. Hey, it don't really matter. At this point, I'm paying a ticket. I'm gonna have a good time. You know what I mean?
Hey, no doubt, no doubt about that. But you're talking about getting wasted and all. But let me ask you a question: where is there to pregame around Citi Field? It's basically a mechanical junkyard.
What?
Seriously.
Wait. Did it come down? Did it drop? Oh, drop. Okay.
Seriously, where do you have to pregame?
Oh,
What,
you got
McKellar's?
McFadden's.
McFadden's is overpriced.
You got you got the Pine Restaurant. You got the park. You got the best part of it. The parking lot.
Oh, let me tell you.
Where's the parking lot of Yankee Stadium? 6 blocks away on a roof
Right
of a
right across the street. But
garage.
let me tell you what you got around the surrounding areas
What,
of Yankee
hepatitis
Stadium.
C.
No.
Scoliosis and Hep C. That's what is around.
I mean, you can say the same for Flushing over there, since it's a junkyard.
Yeah, at least you get your car fixed. Like you ain't getting stuck out there.
And probably stolen with a brick in your window. But like I was saying, you have the dugout, you have Yankee Tavern, you have Billy's, you have.
You also have the scalping guy that's trying to steal your wallet outside.
Oh, guess what? Guess what's the best pregame spot of all? The Bodega.
The Bodega. Listen, every New Yorker knows about the Bodega.
No. If you're a Section 203 bleacher creature, you know about the Bodega.
Yeah, listen,
you got
the fake cowbell man, the Yankee cowbell man in there. Milton Oswald.
I wish he was still there. Yeah.
No, not the old cowbell, the new cowbell man. Right. I know that guy. And listen, there are cool things about Yankee Stadium. Yes, there's a rich history. Yes, you're gonna go see a lot of culture, kind of. There's a Yankee culture, and mainly just being a douche, like, you know what I mean? Just
I'm a proud one. I wear my Timbs in pride and my Yankee cap in pride.
That ass.
Facts, my guy.
So my somewhat neutral take on it is that yes, Yankee Stadium is leaning more toward a museum, and then.
Oh, no doubt.
The Citi Field's leaning more toward of like an amusement park. Like they focus on the kids. They have like these games and things like that all around the area.
It's not really much of an amusement park if you have a lot of disappointment. You know what I mean?
Right. There's a lot of sadness. It's a very sad amusement park.
I'm pretty sure like in center field they have like a ball pit or something like that, right?
Yeah. They have a dunk tank. They have like there's a lot of like.
I mean, it's good for the kids. It's good for the kids.
It's an interactive stadium. You know, you're gonna go there. The Mets are gonna make you feel like, hey, you're here to see the Mets. We're a part of this. We're all together. Even when we suck, all right, we got it. Here's a T-shirt. Boom. You know what I mean? Yankee Stadium, they're like, give me your money, eat the steak, and get the hell out. And take that D train. I dare you. Take that D train. Oh, 10 o'clock at night? Oh, you want to go to extra innings? You going to take that D train at 12 o'clock?
I mean, let me tell you this. The one thing that keeps Yankee Stadium alive is the bleacher creatures, and I'm happy to be a part of them.
Yeah, man. Listen, definitely there's a proudness to being a Yankee fan. I get it. I mean, it's the same proudness that I come with being a narcissistic a-hole. You know what I mean? You have to be proud.
I think there's both, and I think it's interesting to see how different they are, but also come together. You know,
there are two versions of New York. Yeah. You got the Bronx New Yorkers and you got the Queens New Yorkers. The New Yorkers with a different twist. You know,
you got Nas and you got Big Pun.
I kill you. Hey, that's not fair.
Let me just say, 26 rings and a pocket watch, bro.
Yo, that pocket watch is lit. Tell the time, anytime.
All right, so
that's how you know I'm a true fan.
We'll move on to the next topic. Okay, so one of the reasons why we're here today is because of social media. A lot of sports fans meet each other through the social networks and groups and things of that nature. So the importance of social media for sports fans, what are the positives and the negatives?
Well, you get to meet a broader audience of your taste. You know what I mean? You want to meet Met fans, you go out, you can meet Met fans because you all have a mutual interest, you're in mutual groups. You know, you find a way. There's a lot of people that say, yo, what's up, Dennis? I'm like, who the hell are you? Like, you know what I mean? But they've seen me somewhere. They see me in a group. They see me on Facebook Live. They see me with you in a picture. You know what I mean? And they get familiar with you even though they don't exactly know you.
I mean, that's how I met Fonz. I mean, who hasn't met Fonz through social media? He's like the icon of this topic.
I try to get around.
Yeah, well, listen, Fonzie's the whore of Facebook. Yeah. We all know this.
He gets around like a blunt.
Well, he gets around like a Yankee fan whore. Can we say that? Can we say whore? Okay, we can say that.
So For me, I think it's important for everybody to find fanatical fans the way they are themselves. I think a lot of times when you're growing up, or depending on where you're from, you might not know a lot of sports fans as crazy as you are. I mean, like for me personally, I've had like people give me interventions like sports is a problem. Like I love sports too much. So like thanks to social media, I was able to meet other fans that were just as crazy as me or crazier, because there are crazier fans, sports fans than me, and it's a beautiful thing to have people come together and be able to enjoy things together.
Yeah, on a very mutual level.
And on top of it, you get to pick and choose who you really want to roll with or not.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's good people aren't sports fan specific. Like I know a lot of Ranger fans that are not the greatest. I know a lot of Jets fans that are not the greatest.
Every Yankee fan I've ever met.
And some bitter Met fans too.
Including us.
26 rings in the pocket watch, bro.
But I think the important thing is just good people coming together with the common passion for sports in itself, and you meet different people from different fan bases, and it's a beautiful thing when everybody comes together and just has a great time with sports.
Another thing I want to touch on real quick is that I also feel like social media has made Yankee fans and Met fans more tolerable of each other, because I remember growing up specifically like before like the craze of let's go back to MySpace days. You know, even during MySpace days, Yankee
where
fans
everyone's met their baby mama.
Everybody has a baby mama on MySpace. That's why we lost our passwords on purpose. I don't remember my top 8 list. I don't remember who was in that top 8.
You had your layouts too.
I like my aunt. I think my aunt
you had your top 5 songs and stuff.
Yeah. No, but seriously, like it's made us have more communication with each other. So even though we still don't like each other, it's more of a joking matter now than actual serious like crosstown competitiveness. You know, like Met fans and Yankee fans can hang out and be buddies.
I mean, it sucks to be a Yankees fan because everybody hates us. I mean, we didn't do nothing wrong.
Everybody really hates Red Sox fans. I think that takes the cake. I think that in the world, if you really took like a hate factor or a hate meter, I think the world itself would hate Red Sox.
So now this brings us to this topic quickly. So would you date a rival sports fan?
Yeah. I mean, listen. Just like Goya, just like Goya has no place in my political realm, right? Fandom does not keep me away from the tang. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it could boost like intimacy on like what you and your partner would do. Me personally, I'm not dating a rival because I pretty much have someone that likes everything I like.
Okay, well, that's nice.
That's convenient.
It is. It's not a headache.
Congratulations. Good for you, Wendy.
Any chance she becomes a Nets fan because of Durant and Kyrie Irving?
Hell no.
No, but I think it would be cool to date a rival fan. You know what I mean? It's just like the shit talking level can only make the sex better. Can we say sex? Sex is all right? All right, sex is good. We know this. We all know this. No, but seriously, like, yo, what would be a better way to get back at your girlfriend if her team beats your team?
But then after a while, you're gonna
something else.
Yeah.
After a while, you're gonna end up sleeping in the couch. After a while, somebody's gonna be sleeping in the couch.
It ain't gonna be me. So I own that damn couch. Ain't nobody kicking me anywhere.
I've been on both sides of the realm, and I think it makes the bets a lot better. The bets are really good.
You would know a lot about those bets.
You making bets with your girl?
Yeah.
You better stop.
Oh, somebody's swindling.
But I mean, it's the ones where
listen,
you
do what every other guy.
It still makes it fun.
That's what you call Bronx behavior, man.
Everybody.
That's Bronx behavior right there.
But
Bets with your significant
Fonzie,
other.
we gotta get you out the Bronx. That's it. The Bronx has done bad things. It has not well represented.
All right, how much time we got? All right, so that is our show for this week. So again, my name is Alfonso Caldero, and this is
Dennis Herrera
and
Wesley Segundo, aka Wepa Man.
LDM Radio Sports Talk. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.